Alrighty, hello, welcome all to game one of PSU LCS Black versus Prank Invasion in our spring PSU LCS semester. We're starting off with draft here, just about to get into it. Kevin, any words?
Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty hype matchup. It is our match of the week. Let's take a look. Draft is starting. What is PSU Black going to take out here? If I were them, I would probably target Duckwings, considering he is one of the best players on the team. But we will see what's going on. For you guys who don't know, this match is pretty hype because PSU Black took Prank Invasion's name. So anyways, there is the Tom Kench ban to be expected here, as it looks like...
An Amumu ban here targeted at Rook for the support, I'm assuming. He's a pretty highly ranked Amumu support player on the server, so not surprising to see.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised to see the Trundle ban come out too for Prank Invasion. They are going to take away the Yone, which both Ducklings and Renaxia I know plays, so smart choice by them. Trundle is
Trundle ban as expected. Coming up on ban 3 real quick. Seems like a fairly cookie cutter Victor ban possibly here, just to get it out of the pool.
Victor, one of the strongest champs in the game right now. Blindable can basically play the matchup into everything. And yeah, Kiana going to be the last ban taken away here, probably from Apto as PSU Black looks.
No, I would assume it's from A Catalyst, their jungler.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
He does prefer his Kiana jungle pretty heavily. Looking at a Corki first pick, little interesting. Seems like PSU Black is taking this pretty seriously. A lot of their bans are targeted, but getting the Victor out, picking the Corki, pretty...
Ooh, that's it. R1 Akshan from Prank Invasion. Don't really know where that's going to go. Might be a flex, although I don't think Ducklings plays that champion, but...
yeah, it's been seen a lot top pro recently. We've seen Ezreal pick up probably for the Lunaverse here on bot side. I don't know, maybe we'll see some fun Ezreal mid, but I'm expecting to see that bot here as we get into beats too.
Corki, so far PSU Black probably are going to look to draft range. No, they're just going to go for the Jarvan. Is one of Mike's known champions, which I personally wouldn't go for here. It's fine. It's a solid pick all around. Although it's probably going to be focusing on the Akshan here because they can't really get onto the Ezreal.
Jarvan is pretty decent, especially with when paired with Corki package. You can get some solid initiation to start a lot of fights, but kind of a little too early, I think. And for those of you who don't know, Mike is A Catalyst. He's the jungler.
Yeah, as PSU Black gonna round out their phase 1 here with Jinx. Makes a lot of sense. Solid AD carry right now in the meta. There's fine against Ezreal.
72 or 73% win rate in LCS lock-in, so pretty good.
Yeah, as Prank Invasion gonna pick up the Yuumi here. Ezreal Yuumi, obviously infamous for that duo. Very safe, and then scales pretty well into the later stages of the game. Yuumi obviously. Probably Prank Invasion is going to look up to pick up a Bruiser here so that it can attach to the Yuumi can attach to it. As they are going to take away Lulu here. Lulu Jinx, obviously a very solid bot lane. PSU Black going to take away the Xin Zhao. Makes a lot of sense. Champ is super strong right now. And
Xin Zhao Jarvan has been traded back and forth pretty heavily across all the major leagues. And as we've said, PSU Black looking pretty stock standard for what we're seeing in professional play right now. Prank Invasion mixing it up a little more, but...
yeah, definitely the Xin Zhao ban makes a lot of sense. Jinx, Corki are not going to have a good time hitting that champion because they are long range, so makes
Prank Invasion final ban coming in here, a Lux ban. Interesting.
Yeah, solid Jinx Lux, strong lane together. They have a lot of range, so they're just going to take that away. What will be PSU Black's final ban? Probably going to be another jungle ban focused on Star Wars because I wouldn't be surprised if they ban Sejuani away here. That's something he's known for. No, they're just going to take away Tryndamere, probably from Renaxia. That champ obviously making a resurgence recently after Worlds. He's being played a lot in LCK, I know.
Yep, we saw some Faker, T1 Faker, sorry, backwards, playing some Tryndamere just recently, and I know we've seen it a bit in LCS here as well. Viper played it to mixed success. Seeing a Sejuani pickup from Star Wars Geeks, very good Sejuani player. As a Sejuani main myself, formerly, this guy knows how to pilot that champ, so not too surprising coming out from Prank Invasion here.
Yeah, and I like that they're holding the flex for Akshan here, can still go both roles. Not entirely sure where it wants to end up yet, although I'm assuming it'll probably end up mid if I had to guess. PSU Black here going to need to pick up their support and top laner. Looks like the pick will be Thresh. Obviously, really solid champ. Isn't probably going to get onto the Ezreal.
Yeah,
But
Rook is also pretty solid. And they take away the Gwen. I actually wanted to mention that Prank Invasion is missing any kind of heavy ability power. And so them grabbing that Gwen means that if Akshan is mid lane, top lane like AP picks are pretty few and far between unless they want to put a lot of that AP damage on the Yuumi Ezreal. But looks like this is a top lane counter pick. So Fiora
is going to pick up his patented Fiora here. When I look at Prank Invasion's comp, they're probably going to get out team plot, but it looks like to me that they're really going to need to play around Ducklings here. And yeah, this is gank for him. Need to shut down this one early because otherwise it's going to be a really big problem. Obviously, Ezreal cannot really hit her in her W. It's not ideal. Sejuani also not a good matchup. So Prank Invasion going to need to play more of the 1-3-1 style with Ezreal wave clearing, Akshan and Fiora on the sideways, whereas PSU Black going to look to team fight here. Very solid team fight comp, as Kenta mentioned earlier. Jarvan Cataclysm with Corki package, obviously very solid with when diving the backline. It's going to be really hard for Prank Invasion to fight with full on 5v5 here.
Yep, and so we're just going to be talking and chilling out for a couple minutes as the players get into their games. They're doing their in-client draft right now, but yeah, I think it's, like you said, pretty obvious. We're going to see a lot of Akshan, a lot of Fiora on the side lanes, hopefully, provided they play this right. At least what we think is right so far. Obviously, game states evolve pretty quickly, so wouldn't be surprised to see some things shift around, but that's what we'd expect. PSU Black coming at it with like I said, a very meta stock standard draft. We've probably seen this, already 50 times between LPL, LCK, LCS, and LEC. So we'll see how it goes. Right off the bat, I would probably favor PSU Black based off the drafts, but Prank Invasion has a lot of variance in their comp, and so there's definitely room for things to wiggle around.
Yeah, I definitely like PSU Black's draft more also. I think it's just more well-rounded. Jinx Corki has a ton of range. It's going to be really hard. Prank Invasion, right, they really need to play the side lane here because it's going to be practically impossible for them to get to Jinx Corki unless they get some flank of some sort. And Fiora finds a way into her backline or Akshan finds a way because Sejuani running headfirst into that team composition is not going to be ideal. Can't imagine that's very fun. So, yeah.
Yeah. I would assume, especially, well, I think also a big glaring point that you can find in Prank Invasion on Red Side's draft right now is that there's no real solid source of AP. Sometimes you'll see Yuumi's pick up a Luden's Echo instead of a more support-focused item. And so there are a lot of champs that will get like a little bit of like chip magic damage on Prank Invasion side, but no real solid AP carry. Which is a little worrying to see into the PSU Black comp.
Yeah, I agree. Jarvan's going to be pretty hard for them to kill, although ideally they're just not going to want to interact with that champion as a whole, right? That's probably what they're thinking. They don't really need. Although Ezreal Yuumi might be able to provide enough AP with the Essence Reaper going into Crown build that's been pretty popular right now in Ezreal. There's a lot of just like the most damage out of all the builds, pretty well rounded, and Crown provides a lot of safety.
Yeah, agreed. I would also say that Prank Invasion will definitely have some room to pick up a little more magic-oriented damage in their items, depending on what Sejuani itemizes. I'm expecting an Akshan to pick up Wit's End Secondary here. Gives you a little extra chip magic damage on the autos, but definitely nothing crazy that I would expect to see out here, unless we're seeing, like a AP Sejuani kind of craziness. I think we'll probably just see a lot of armor stacking on the side of PSU Black.
Yeah, and I think... Oh, sorry. I was just going to say that both teams need to play to their win condition here. It's definitely important. I don't think there's really a point in getting the Ezreal Yuumi ahead, even if you could, because they're not really going to end up team fighting as a whole, right? It's really important that you need to shut down that Gwen and get Fiora ahead, and then that way she can side lane and she can look for flanks, and that's how you win the team fights. So I'm expecting Star Wars Geeks to pitch a nice little tent up there for I carry our parry, as well as maybe looking to pick off the Corki while he's weak in the early game, although still kind of difficult, but if you can find a good angle or if Apto overextends, then he may be able to do that.
Yeah, I would definitely I would hope to see Star Wars Geek do a nice blue buff start into full clear top kind of pathing. Hopefully Mike, I would expect to honestly probably look to path bot, see if he can get anything on the Ezreal Yuumi lane nice and early.
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of hard to gank Ezreal, but they should try to set up
Yeah, I
destroyed.
know. I just
But
wanted to add in there that like the sort of nice part I would say about PSU Black's comp is even if you don't get a kill out of a gank, um, Jinx, Jinx Thresh for Lucianol and Rook should just be able to like build a lead, kills or no kills, and so uh, seeing seeing a Catalyst path towards bot and even just pressure the Ezreal Yumi away from the lane and just allow Jinx Thresh to accumulate those extra resources is still a fairly solid call in my opinion, regardless of if they get kills or not. Obviously, the more kills you get, the better it is. Not everyone can have 50 kill slobber knocker games like my favorite play for bot PSU LCS.
true. Very true. Yeah, I mean, I'm very interested to see where this match will go. Kent, if you want to give a little bit of the context, I know I briefly touched on it, but why this is our match of the week and some of the
Yeah, this is what I like to call our grudge match here for PSU LCS so far. Obviously, you touched on it a little bit, but PSU Black, blue team, the name, it's all really around the naming, right? It's the PSU LCS teams really like to have a fun time with their names. You'll see, Play for Bot, naming themselves after their idealized hyper carry, ABBA123 in the bot lane. And so you'll see a lot of people have fun with this stuff. PSU Black was a name originally going to be used by Prank Invasion. However, by the time registration for teams started, the currently named PSU Black here on Blue Team named themselves PSU Black. And so now named Prank Invasion had to find a new name quickly. And there's a little bit of beef there. Rook, the support for PSU Black, talks with some of the other members, Duckwings, the Lunaverse, both being members of PSU Competitive as well as Rook, and so they talked that he kind of knew about it. There's a little beef there, it's a grudge match. They're really fighting over who the true PSU Black team is.
Exactly. Just to add a little bit of spice to it, it's very, very exciting. Definitely something on the line here.
This is the kind of match you want to see like tweets before, like a little bit of trash talk, maybe some leaked DMs, This is that kind of match. This is the match you really want to see get into scrapping, skirmishing, all that kind of stuff.
Close games, yeah, like 35-minute banger team fights. That's what we're looking for here, and that's hopefully what we are going to get.
Yeah, we're just a few more seconds from loading in here. Obviously, spectator delay means that we have a little bit of time before kicking off the whole shebang, but we got about 3 seconds left until we start loading into this game. And so
yeah, and as you mentioned, Sejuani probably going to look to path topside here, and Jarvan going to look to path down if possible, which makes a lot of sense. Both teams should be playing for a win condition. I'd be surprised if we saw any too aggressive level 1s from the side of Prank Invasion. I do expect that maybe something comes out from PSU Black, as they do have Thresh, and I mean, that's pretty much it. They can look for the early game hook, but most likely we're probably just going to see a nice solid level 1, everyone just standing, guarding their jungle. Shouldn't be too much of a surprise here as we do get into the game.
Yep, and so we're beginning to load in here. I think one thing important to note, I always try and note some Rune and Summoner spell choices getting into the early parts of the game, and I did see that the Gwen is obviously taking TP Ignite, a little more common than we would have maybe seen before, but still something worth noting. No flash on that top side, so hopefully a repeatable gank angle for the side of Prank Invasion.
Yeah, pretty common.
Seeing an early invade.
Oh. Yeah, just completely disregarding what I said. They don't seem to care at all. I guess they do have Akshan E for level 1 and Sejuani, but still nothing here. Obviously, just looking around. Actually, PSU Black all 5-stacking the Tribush. Something exciting could happen here. Actually, a Catalyst could get caught out here.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting. Lucianol possibly going to ward. No ward dropped yet. Stu drops the ward.
They won't see the recall.
Yeah, they did see the Sejuani recall, but nothing else out of the side of PSU Black. No explosive level 1 team fight like we were originally hoping for.
Yeah. So it seems like teams are just going to go back to their standard parts of the jungle. Actually, a Catalyst is going to start bot, so he will end up pathing top, maybe trying to meet Sejuani on the top
kind of
river.
Mitigate some of that early playmaking as we just get kind of right into the thick of it here with Akshan, Corki in the mid lane. Corki getting pretty solid trade to start off the lane state.
Yeah. as you mentioned, Gwen doesn't have flash, so that's going to be extremely volatile. Obviously, the ignite allows her to have some more kill pressure on Duckwings or 99 Cent Rat, and that could lead to some explosive things in the top lane. As we said, probably the reason why A Catalyst is piling up there is because top lane is the most volatile of all of the lanes, because there's no flash up there. So whichever one of these two champs gets ahead is going to really take over.
Yeah, and sorry, I wasn't trying to cut you off there. I was also going to note that there's no TP as... Oh, sorry, actually, big fight in the bot lane. Dollar Tree Rat about to fall. First blood for Lucianal in the bot lane as Yuumi goes down, down, down. Ezreal getting a little bit of poke back, but that is not something you want to see out of an already strong point for PSU Black. Duckwings, 99 Cent Rat following it up with his own solo kill. That's what I was trying to note. The Fiora Ignite locking in a free solo kill in the top lane for Duckwings for 99 Cent Rat. This game is explosive as expected.
Yeah, I mean, that is exactly the start we wanted to see for a match like this. I think Yuumi probably got a little bit too aggressive there, ended up getting flayed by the Thresh, and then couldn't get back into the Ezreal. So now Jinx is ahead, but on the other side, Duckwings are going to pick that up as a mid play by Ruff, but nothing's going to come of it. Just going to get the flash out of Akshan as everything calms down for a little bit.
Yeah, we'll hopefully see something a little calmer. Teleport out of I carry on the Gwen on the top side. Used it to just shove in the lane and try and eke out some of his losses, mitigate some of his losses. Gwen and looking to get a deep ward in for Star Wars Geeks. And Akshan using some of that invisibleness to fog a little bit, sit in the fog of war and confuse everyone. Things seem to have slowed down a little bit here, which is nice for now, but basically the weak side of either team just eked out a nice early kill, a possible gold lead for the strong point, like I said, of either team. And so we'll hopefully be seeing kind of a more explosive fight going in. Oh, A Catalyst steals the crab with Smite, looking to follow up on Star Wars Geeks. He backs out, and just a couple of trades going on across the map.
Yeah, I do expect the Jarvan to have the better end of the Sejuani for the early game, unless Akshan rotates down, because I do believe the Akshan Sejuani 2v2 is probably way better than the Jarvan Corki 2v2, but in the isolated 1v1, Sejuani is going to struggle a little bit. Jarvan has much more damage, just to be honest, in the early game. Duckwing is going to probably look to crash and reset in the top lane here just to continue to build up his lead. He actually did lose a marginal amount of XP and minions off the fact that the teleport play, which was pretty well done by I carry our parry. That was pretty nice. It actually helps him equalize a little bit. He is going to struggle here before this next reset, but actually Ducklings did end up losing a decent amount off that, which was good to see by the Gwen as he's going to look for another trade. Nothing comes of it, you know. Ducklings just going to keep trying to find these angles, maybe eventually look for a crash. It's going to be kind of hard to dive this Gwen because of the W, unless they have a really stacked wave, so we'll see if that ends up developing.
It will be fairly difficult, but the important thing to note about the Gwen W is it does give increased stats, I believe armor and MR, while she is within the mist, but the damage mitigation, the invulnerability only comes if attacks are coming from the outside. With Fiora and with Sejuani both being melee-focused champions, they still have their primary source of damage isn't just going to be negated by a single ability.
Yeah, one thing I mentioned in the draft earlier before we saw the Fiora come out is that we really wanted to see something that Yuumi could attach to, and that Fiora is a perfect example of that. Later on in the game, when Yuumi attaches to Fiora, she's going to be able to take over that side lane. Not even 3 people are going to be able to match her with the Yuumi on her, so that is definitely something to look for later, as long as this Yuumi can survive and scale up a little bit. And Duckwings continues to push on ahead. That will be definitely terrifying, and it's not like PSU Black really have a good answer to that.
Yeah, I think as you noted in our draft that side lanes are going to be kind of reigning king this game for Prank Invasion. But something I do want to note is actually we're beginning to see the beginnings of a small skirmish down in bot lane. Doesn't turn into anything else. Ezreal E gets the Ezreal Yuumi out of there, lickety split, no problems whatsoever. As we see actually a skirmish on top side between A Catalyst and Premium Rat. I carry walking down to hopefully kill the Sejuani, a Q out, and seems like everything's calmed down pretty quickly. And so the game state's returning back to hopefully a lull for a small amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Jarvan is pulling ahead here, which is to be expected. Some trading down the bot lane. Probably not going to see too much else. Ezreal Yuumi kind of don't really want to fight with the Thresh. I wouldn't be surprised if eventually Thresh looks to impact elsewhere, as even now, I mean, we can see that Corki has a pretty surmountable CS lead at 7 minutes into the game. That's already like basically a kill in the mid lane, so wouldn't be surprised if Thresh tried to make plays there. I think he will probably end up avoiding topside unless it's a really good angle or a good timing, as Gwen's going to go in on Duckwings here. Looks like he's going to die. Yeah, he
And
is.
that's just a solo kill for iCarry. Sorry to take the steam out of your sails there.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely not what you want to see from the Fiora. Solo kill there is going to be costly, as especially iCarry. Our parry is going to be able to shove in the wave, and Duckwings doesn't have teleport to respond, so he's going to end up losing not even just the gold, but the experience, which is going to be really detrimental. As the game has progressed throughout the years, the experience is much more sticky, so and it's really hard to like catch up when you're behind on experience. So that's going to be pretty detrimental, as a Catalyst going to pick up the Drake. Everything going well here for PSU Black in the early game. But not like PRANKINVASION can't come back from this. They just need to chill, let the Yuumi scale, and hopefully let the Fiora scale and take over.
Yep, we do see a small blue buff steal from the side of PSU Black, taking that that bottom side blue buff from Premium Rat from Star Wars Geeks, formerly known as Star Wars Geeks. They kind of got the rat thematic going on for this game, and we'll see if that changes back. We might be using some older, currently out-of-date usernames here and there, but
yeah, they're just adding some spice, you know, just adding some little bit of trash talk, calling them rats for taking their name, you know, it's nice.
Yeah, yeah,
it's
a little bit of spice. Like we said, this is the grudge match. This is where you really want to see those slobber knocker fights, and I think we've been seeing it so far with these repeated skirmishes just about everywhere. Constant trading, constant fights, whether it's in river, whether it's in lane, everywhere you've seen it's a fight.
Yeah, definitely true. Ducklings is just going to back off here. Ezreal just going to keep farming. I mean, it's not really too much to talk about. I feel as if Corki, right, he really excels when he gets his small trade here. Nothing going to come of it, but he picked up the package, actually. A little bit curious on that. Don't know the timing on it. Maybe it will be backed up with a drag. Maybe he's looking to make a play right now. A little bit strange, but it is okay. Ducklings looking for a trade up in top
big
side.
trade in top side. Yeah, Ducklings pops the ultimate, gets 3 vitals, but we're also seeing a clap by Rook and Gwen into this top side. He gets the flay out of the queue. Oh, and forces the flash. Ducklings is going to make it out, but seeing another skirmish here in the top side. We're seeing skirmishes all the way across the map. Holy, Jinx getting flash forced. Duckwings possibly getting collapsed on here by the Jarvan. Wave is forced to crash. He's getting zoned off a lot of gold, a lot of XP. Sejuani is here to cover him, but looking a little rough as a beautiful Sejuani ultimate keeps things clean. Duckwings possibly here to fall. Quickly dies as it's straight. Oh, it's actually a double kill. Excuse me, I thought that was traded back, but 2 kills on top side for the side of PSU Black.
Yeah, and what ended up happening topside is there's sort of a staring contest there, and I feel like PRANKINVASION maybe should have just held and just waited between Duckwings and Star Wars Geeks there, but they ended up going first, and they just didn't have the damage. Duckwings didn't end up getting any vitals, and he ends up going down. That's, again, a lot of experience and gold being lost there to the tower. That's pretty detrimental, as Corki going to here to pick up the blue buff. That will really accelerate the game into PSU Black's favor here.
Yeah, I will admit it's not looking phenomenal for the side of PRANKINVASION so far. We'll kind of need to see how they can recoup and regroup moving throughout the rest of this game, but we're seeing about a 4,000 gold lead, if I'm reading those numbers correctly right now, for the side of PSU Black. At 10 minutes, that's obviously fairly sizable. Up a dragon, up an early turret, up 3 kills. CS leads in mid and top, as well as a 26 CS lead in jungle, means that they can kind of just take their time moving forward with this game.
Yeah, it's really, it's going to be really tough, just to be honest. Not that it's not unwinnable. We have seen throws before, but this is a pretty sizable gold lead here, and we'll see how well PSU Black continues to snowball here, because that is the point, right? Just because you have the lead, we want to see like how well they can convert it ultimately.
Yeah, and to be honest, you know, this is a high-quality, high-caliber match, as we're seeing Ezreal get pulled out from under turret, but he does get away fine. Star Wars Geeks thinking about something. Sorry, Premium Rat thinking about something, but ultimately doesn't seem like he wants to commit to anything. Just a little more trading up in topside. I was gonna say, obviously, both sides of these teams, stacked with high quality players. We have, some former PSU LCS champions on the side of PSU Black, as well as current competitive members, current competitive and former competitive members on the side of Prank Invasion. And so there's a lot of talent, but it's easy to see how PSU Black has managed to build up quite a sizable gold lead so early and just transfer that and keep it rolling so far.
Exactly. I really like how they recovered topside too. They realized Gwen was in trouble and they gave her the appropriate help, and especially when Duckwings wasn't able to receive help from his teammates, right? So those were really good rotations. That dive topside is really going to set him back here, and just really nice to see recognizing and adapting their game plan.
Yeah, for sure. And I think the extra important part to see is when you see kind of cross map plays like that, where you had the support, you had the jungler, you had the top laner all roaming up to commit to that topside play. They didn't really lose anything on bot. I mean, Luciano lost a flash on Jinx. As you see them picking up their second Drake here. It is a Cloud Drake, and so we'll be seeing this Rift coming up here in just a second. But they didn't lose anything on bot. They really kind of just got all the net positive of that play.
Yeah, definitely going to see the Ocean Soul here coming out. Lots more bushes going to be added to the Rift, as well as that potential Ocean Soul, as Ruck is going to land the hook. Are they actually going to take this fight? A Catalyst goes over. Looks like Star Wars Geeks is just going to give up the blue. They can't really do too much. Actually,
a small trade here, but we see the Flame Chompers come out from Jinx, and
nothing
seems that's all that's needed to deter this fight.
Yeah. If you're PSU Black right now, you're feeling great. You're just sitting there scaling, let Jinx get her items, Corki's getting his items, There's a Chain Vest. I wonder what's that going into. Is that going into a Death Stance, maybe? Quite early, I've heard that's pretty good on the champ.
It could be a Death Stance, could be a Guardian Angel, but at this point, I would expect a Death Stance for Corki.
Yeah, definitely going to see that. We definitely also want to see what this Auction pick can do. He hasn't really done too much so far. He hasn't been able to find any roams, which is what the champ is really good at with his W or his camouflage stealth close to walls. We haven't seen too much of that so far because he's been getting consistently pushed in by the Corki. Want to see them try to make more of those plays, as to be honest, Prank Invasion is going to need some sort of picks in order to get back in this game, as a Catalyst is looking top here.
Premium Rat going in. The ult popped. Supreme Rat here, but Duckwings is just down and out for the count. We're looking at a small trade here. And the package comes in. I don't think this turns out well for anyone on the side of Prank Invasion, as Supreme Rat goes in, gets a double kill, and the rocket finds him. It is a 2-for-2. Not bad on the side of Prank Invasion, and then a 1-for-1 in the bot lane, trading 80 carry for support. Not super good. We're starting to just see Luciano scale up and turn to this monster. He's got the Kraken Slayer. He's down a couple CS, but other than that, it's really not that bad, and Jinx is going to outscale the Ezreal anytime soon.
Yeah, not really. That was fine from Prank Invasion. Ultimately, it ends up being 2-for-2 as Dollar Tree Rat tries to hold the freeze, but Luciano just going to end up flashing forward and killing him. A little bit of a disaster there. Trying to hold the freeze for his 80 carry, a valiant effort by the support, but just gets flashed on and ends up dying. Definitely not what you want to see. Jinx is now 3-0, scaling fast.
Yeah, Jinx and Luciano are probably both getting excited by all the kills they've been picking up so far. And I mean, PSU Black, they can just put the pedal to the metal right now. I think they win every fight they want to look to take right now. Obviously, Supreme Rat picking up a nice double kill there, finishes off the shield bow. We're looking at completed mythics for 3 out of the 5 on Prank Invasion, but also 3 out of the 5 on the side of PSU Black. Obviously, Ezreal opting for the Essence Reaver first over a Mythic. With this current build, you go Essence Reaver into Manamune into the Crown for a lot of survivability and a lot of poke damage.
Yeah, I think Prank Invasion here really needs to look for more picks with that Auction, because that's exactly what they need. They need to fight in these skirmishes where the gold advantage maybe is less manageable, where they don't really have to find Jinx, or they're getting number advantage fights. That's what they need. They can't really take even fights right now. They're too far behind for that. Even if they played them to perfection, honestly, there's probably little hope of them winning those. They need to look for these smaller fights or fights where they have a numbers advantage.
Agreed, agreed. Something I do think that is important to note, as we are seeing a bit of a skirmish here in the mid lane. We see, they catch out the Jarvan, a Catalyst Premium Rat bouncing back, teleport in from Corki. It's a 2-for-1, not looking good. Possibly another one getting picked up by Mr. Schmeat, Duckwings himself, bringing it back to a 2-for-2. Ezreal Yuumi just poking out the side, and ultimately 2-for-2 with pressure being maintained by PSU Black.
Yeah, you'll take that any day if you're Prank Invasion. You'll literally take a 2-for-2 anytime. The mid tower is going to go down, but at this point, trading even in gold is completely fine, especially if they can look to start getting those objective bounties added in the new season. Definitely a fine trade for them. Ludiverse is going to pick up one of the kills, and Fiora is going to end up picking up one of those kills. So good for Prank Invasion, I would say.
Yeah, I would say it looks pretty good for Prank Invasion. They did lose a turret. I think it's also important to note that, as you said, objective bounties are out for the side of Prank Invasion for a red side, and so picking up turrets, picking up the odd dragon here or there, they'll get that extra little bit of gold to hopefully swing it back into their favor.
Absolutely.
We just kind of need to see how the rest of the game plays out. Herald dropped mid lane by a Catalyst. Probably just looking to be used as a diversion so they can pick up their third Drake, their first Ocean Drake, and set them up for Soul Point.
Yeah, definitely. As you were saying with those objective bounties, it's probably good for Fiora. As I say that,
but we do see Premium Rat coming in. It's going to turn a 1v1 into a 2v1, as we also see Supreme Rat getting collapsed on around the Dragon Pit. Not looking good. Fiora and the Sejuani are unable to kill Gwen. Gwen has completed her Riftmaker, has that scaling Omnivamp, looking to complete, it looks like, a Morella Nomicon for the Grievous Wounds against Fiora, against the Akshan as well with his shield bow.
And the Yumi.
And the Yumi. How could I forget? So, yeah, that Gwen is looking mighty scary. Probably going to finish off this Morella Nomicon straight into a Nashor's Tooth and will be a side-laning behemoth for any one of Prank Invasion's members to overcome.
Yeah, definitely looking really solid here. PSU Black making a statement in this first game. Great play all around by every single player on their team.
I'm going to have to agree. Abdo and Lucianol are looking solid as carries, obviously.
Exactly, and those were the less known members, right, in the PSU community. Like, everyone has maybe heard of a Catalyst and Ruck, and they know what they can bring, but Lucianol and Abdo are kind of the bigger question marks on this team, and they are definitely performing, especially Lucianol and getting that solo kill bot, like, just playing well in general.
They've been playing well, and I think while you may say that they are lesser known, this is not to forget that they are the reigning LCS champs, having played with Mitmok on his team last semester. Abdo and Lucianol both picking up, that coveted PSU LCS crown just a few short months ago. So while maybe lesser known, while maybe less established, certainly not less decorated than their fellow members.
Absolutely. As the game does slow down for a bit, but the gold lead's still very, very big. Corki is completely fine. Actually, just as I say that, PSU Black going to look up the start of the Baron. Not much vision on it for now. Honestly, I don't even know if Prank Invasion can test it. They are going to throw the Ezreal.
They're going to get vision with the Ezreal R. We're seeing a 5-man Baron. It's 20 minutes on, and it's gone. It's gone.
That was... Yeah, I mean, it's really hard for Prank Invasion to ward their jungle, get information on that side of the map. Can't entirely blame them. I mean, that Baron dissipated in 20 seconds. It spawns at 20 minutes, it's dead. So exactly. I can't blame them for not seeing that coming. Maybe as a side piece here, Akshan may be able to pick up a single objective bounty. But it's definitely a win. Really great call by PSU Black there.
They knew their damage. They knew that with a fed Jinx, Jinx here on 2 items with the Kraken Slayer RFC, Corki also sitting here on 2 items. They had that consistent damage required to just sit there and, to be honest, just shred down that Baron. 20 seconds, like you said, at 20 minutes. They're sitting here with a 9,000 gold lead at 20 minutes. That's kind of hitting the insurmountable mark. I think the biggest gold lead I've ever seen swung in a game was that infamous SKT EDG game. Faker's Shockwave finds them all. That was a 10,000 gold lead, and so no Orianna in this game, but doesn't mean miracles can't happen.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Prank Invasion right now, again, just look for those number favorite fights. I mean, stall off this Baron, hope they don't get too much out of it. That's all you can really do in the end. As Duckling's going to continue to try to trade with this Gwen. I'm not sure he's going to win this one.
He does block the Gwen R2. He does take a, I would say, a fairly even trade despite being down in position. But he won't get much off of it. It does reduce pressure a little as a Catalyst does the flag and flash on Jarvan. If you don't know, if you EQ on Jarvan and flash while in the animation, wherever you flash to keeps the knockup. Jarvan coming in with a huge ultimate. The rest of PRANKINVASION managed to get out until obviously Premium Rat cut down there by Lucianal, I believe. Oh, actually, Abdo picking up the kill on the Corki.
Yeah, that was rough. A Catalyst living at 1 HP there. That kill would have been really nice. So nice 1-for-1 there. On the bright side for PRANKINVASION, they do end up stalling it out, but the gold lead looking scarier and scarier as the game continues to go on. At over 10,000 now. As you said, pretty much insurmountable. They need to make picks in the side lanes, I would argue, where their comp lies strong. If they continue to take these big fights, they're just not going to be able to win them unless PSU Black.
You say that, but 20 seconds from now, we're seeing the sole Drake for the side of PSU Black. It's kind of hard for them to pick up a side lane when, if they do, they basically lose the game.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you're right. They needed the Miracle Team fight, but that just goes to show how big this lead is, that they're choosing to take the 5v5, because the odds of them are winning the 5v5 at this point are probably better than winning it. So they are just going to start the Drake. I carry our parry actually isn't here, has the TP, but at this point, they're just going to take it. Maybe A Catalyst is going to look for the steal?
He does not get it. Akshan picks it up. A Catalyst getting lanterned out by Thresh. Lucianal taking some solid chip damage, and honestly, despite just being a flip, not a bad play. I carry our parry coming in for the base race as PSU Black looks to just stop. Possibly gonna pick up a Nexus turret here, but would be surprised if he can finish the whole base off. Fiora getting a sneaky back there in the brush, and looks like they're just trading an early inhibitor. Oh, the Nexus turret as well to delay Salt. Not bad, in my opinion, if you're in the position of PRANKINVASION.
Yeah, not bad. Obviously not ideal, but in this position, you'll take what you can get. PSU Black going to look to take up another inner tower here, just taking everything from PRANKINVASION at this point. Definitely not bad by A Catalyst. I actually like the play by PSU Black because they know they don't need the dragon to win the game, so they can just like forcefully trade the dragon for other stuff, and PRANKINVASION has no other option. They have to get the dragon, right? And if A Catalyst gets that drag there, and they get the top inhib, it's a double win. So like that play from PSU Black, very intellectual and solid stuff.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. PSU Black knows when to flip. I think that's something we can all agree on.
Yeah.
And it was a good flip. I mean, it turned out, I think, about as good as they could hope for. Obviously, take a pretty decent hit topside, but they're slowly making their way back into their bot side jungle. I think it would probably be a little more beneficial to fight Vision for them on their top side, but I guess get what you can get right now. Clear out this bot side.
I mean, knowing that anything. A single camp is a win for PRANKINVASION at this point.
That's fair enough. We see Lucianal backing here, looking to pick up the Lord Dominix.
Yeah. He's gonna do so much damage.
I don't know what
he doesn't get it. But
what your options here are. If
he got it. That's rough. That Jinx is gonna do a lot of damage, and she does have both summoner spells alive, so it's gonna be really hard to get on her. The same as can be said for Corki. I mean, none of these players you can really make picks on. The only player who doesn't have a summoner spell up is A Catalyst, and you're really not going to pick the Jarvan, who has a Gore Drinker Thornmail going into that stance against your full AD team composition.
Yeah, agreed. And I know we had noted that Chain Vest, what feels like forever ago on Corki, but he's just been continuing to sit on it. Would not be surprised if that turns into a death stance. Finally, as his 4th item,
I really like that.
Ludens, Ravenous Hydra putting out that Rocket Corki build, which does loads of damage, especially on the big ones.
Super smart play by Apto, actually. As Premium Rat, is he going to get caught out? Has the flash.
And I would expect Premium Rat is the next thing on the menu for PSU Black. Looking like a New York subway, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely the case. Baron is alive. They're probably just going to convert that into the Baron here, and no chance of a steal. In fact, Ezreal did just use his ultimate. So as the gold lead continues to grow, it just feels a bit hopeless here for PRANKINVASION, but we'll see what they can do. They have been trying to make plays on the side lanes here. With their Ezreal Yuumi, but it's just so hard for them to do anything. It's really hard for the Ezreal to get onto the Gwen without getting one shot, and so they can't even pick off the silos at this point is the issue.
Yeah, I think if you're PRANKINVASION, I mean, it looks like PSU Black is hoping to just possibly NA-ram it, however you want to say it. They're actually sending... Oh, they are sending all 5 mid. I think they're just looking to send it. They know that, you know, this is the time to grab PRANKINVASION by the throat and end the game. I don't really know what option PRANKINVASION has besides roll over.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to try to fight here. They don't even have 2 Nexus carries. They only have 1 Nexus carry to hold with. It's going to be rough, but as we say that, they do sort of back off. That's decent poke onto the Thresh. Oh
Holy.
my god. Oh.
And a Jinxed Rocket means that Premium Rat is running with his tail between his legs.
Yeah, that is the power of that Corki build. Just sniping from literally a screen away with rockets that do half your HP, even to the
If there's, I don't know, if there's anything you're looking at from PSU Black, it is rockets,
Yeah.
Jinx, Corki, honestly raining hellfire on the side of PRANKINVASION, trying to struggle and claw their way to anything that they can get. I mean, I don't know. I know they were doing it as a joke, but this rat moniker thing they got going on might be the most apt thing they've done all game.
That's kind of true. I mean, I actually respect it by PSU Black. They are taking their sweet time ending this game, but at the end of the day, they are converting pretty nicely, just grouping 5 men. They're taking very little risk, which I
looks like they will finally pick up the soul. Premium Rat trying his best to look for any kind of steal, but A Catalyst does actually peel off. The rest of his team picks up the soul. We see 99 cents Rat barely try and survive, but I think this is got to be it. A Catalyst can push Premium Rat out of base. He's not going anywhere. Gore Drinker, Ocean Soul means Supreme Rat kills him. No revive for the Akshan, but the rest of the map's just a slaughter.
Yeah,
it's
Corki's going down the game.
And Corki is just, you know, playing for objectives. As sad as it is to see, we get a triple kill. A triple kill on Lucianal to end the game, as PSU Black closes out game 1, 30 minutes. If this game does not have just gold graph positive slope the entire time, I would be shocked.
Yeah, I mean, really well done by PSU Black. Solid game 1 statement from them. We'll see what PRANKINVASION can do in game 2. Maybe just need to try a completely different comp style, as that one just didn't seem to work out for them. As I think we're going to a 5-minute break, so we will see you guys after the break for game 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
but
we. All right, everyone. Welcome back. We are here with Game 2 of PSU Black versus Prank Invasion Spring PSU LCS. I forgot last time, so let me introduce myself. My name is Kenton. I am our play-by-play caster for tonight. And Kevin, would you like to introduce yourself?
yeah, I'm Kevin or Ava, and I'm the color caster for tonight. As we are actually straight into draft here.
Yep, we're hopping right in. We're seeing repeat bans for both Tom Kench and Amumu, respectively. Another Kiana ban as well, so not too much derivation.
Yeah, maybe they're not going to end up banning the Trundle because the Kiana was the third ban. Do expect something similar for PSU Black here. We'll see what they end up going for, as I think, oh, yep, they're just going to go back to banning out Duckwings. Duckwings is obviously a very huge, or 99% Rat was a very huge focal point in that game, and shutting him down was one of the big goals of them, and they succeeded, ended up rolling over that last game because of it. The Victor ban comes in, and the Yone ban comes in for PSU Black. Huge respect to Duckwings as Prank Invasion. Their turn to play the Corki. We'll see how they are going to pilot it. They said, wow, Apto made that look really OP. PSU Black going to respond with the pretty classic pro answer right now, which is Twisted Fate. You know, you can't beat Corki, so I'm just going to go elsewhere and screw over your side lanes. So that is the option. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw an 80 carry pickup here. Jinx is still open. They are going to go Nidalee. Little interesting. Yeah, a little bit interesting from A Catalyst. Love to see it. Definitely something spicy here, not your average Jarvan, Xin these types of picks that are in the meta right now. Nidalee kind of fallen off recently, but I'm excited to see what he can pilot with a pick. Nidalee, obviously a very high intensive mechanical champion. Prank Invasion going to look up to pick up the Aphelios here. I know that the Lunaverse really likes playing that champion. He always talks about how, you know, Aphelios is pretty fun to play, so.
Yeah, I mean, I personally would like to see a support pickup here then for the side of Prank Invasion as they round out their first chunk of draft. And on the side of PSU Black, we actually Malphite hover. Interesting, a Malphite blind. I'd be shocked if that went into top lane blind, but it certainly is possible.
Yeah, I have a theory that this Malphite is going jungle.
Yeah, I could also see this Malphite go jungle. We see the Jinx pickup for Lucianal. I would like to see a couple of strong AD top laners banned out on the side of Prank Invasion, namely the Renekton. I know Renekton gets memed on pretty heavily in draft, but Renekton Nidalee is just such a solid 2v2 top side.
Yeah, and it's going to make it really hard for Ducklings to play the game.
What PSU Black displayed last game.
Yeah, Fiora going to be taken away. Even though that Ducklings didn't get too much success off the pick, they're just going to take that off the table. Don't really want to deal with that. We will see. Pretty sure Prank Invasion going to look to ban out supports. Maybe Trundle is still open for Ruck, and you guys don't know, he's a bit of a Trundle specialist. So we will see if that gets banned away. No, it is the Renekton ban being covered right now, locked in. So some respect to iCarry. Our Perry did have a great last game on the Gwen, even though he got sold early, recovered very nicely. So do you like to see that? Jack's going to get banned away here. Again, this is basically just 5 top lane bans thrown at Duckwings. They realize
5 top lane bans thrown at Duckwings.
Maybe Yone a little bit towards mid, but my god, they just really don't want to deal with this player, so they're just going to throw all of the bans at him. Lots of respect given out to him. Definitely a really strong player on the side of Prank Invasion. We'll see what their last ban is. We'll be surprised, honestly, if it wasn't Trundle, but maybe they just think Ruck isn't going to end up playing it. Nope, it's going to be the Sylas. Obviously, don't want to play Malphite when enemy team has Sylas because they'll steal your ultimate, and you will be very sad.
Yeah. I actually don't know how I feel about the Sylas ban in this instance, because if they do end up picking Sylas and putting it top lane, I mean, I guess you could flex it support, been done, you know, here and there. But if they put Sylas top lane, then they have AP top mid jungle.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not ideal, but honestly, Malphite on Sylas, I can understand both sides. Yeah, I definitely understand. It's very easily to build. Whoa, Yasuo, Diana being locked in here. I think that means the Corki is gonna end up going top lane and the Malphite is support.
So I definitely thought, I also wouldn't say there is a 0% chance we see Yasuo top lane. We do see an instant Mordekaiser pick for the side of PSU Black. We'll be getting into the in-client draft shortly, and so another little delay as we had last game. But I wouldn't be shocked super shocked if we did see Yasuo flex top. Obviously, Corki top has been played here and there. I think it was first pulled out by Broken Blade in the LEC just during their first week, just a couple weekends ago, and so it's not impossible. We'll keep you updated on what we see in the in-client draft.
Yeah,
we might have a small delay here. I'm seeing as we might have some technical issues on the back end real quick. But thoughts on draft?
Yeah, I like the adaptation of the invasion. Much more team fighting focused. Malphite, Diana, Yasuo, Aphelios, Corki. They're just gonna go in and they're just going to kill Jinx. There's no escape. It doesn't matter if Mordekaiser ults one component here. They're gonna go play the Bronze Zodiac comp. That CLG did a while ago. I respect it. Sometimes when you don't know what to do, you can't outplay them macro-wise. You just pick Yasuo, Diana, Malphite. And you say, good luck, have fun playing against us, Jinx, because you're not going to. So.
Yeah, so it does look like it'll be a Yasuo mid, a Malphite support here, paired with the Aphelios. They just want go-in buttons. I feel like the Aphelios is a bit of a weird pairing, or 4 champs that want to go in, and Aphelios, who's a very stand your ground kind of AD carry, but the rest of it lines up pretty well. I mean, 4 champs, all whose focus is let's get this started. I actually think, personally, and you can tell me if this is just a bad take, I'm not a huge fan of PSU Black's comp, especially in comparison to what PRANKINVASION pulled out. The Jinx Thresh is obviously super strong again. The Twisted Fate is good, but I just feel like the Nidalee Mordekaiser do not line up good with the rest of the players.
As you mentioned, it's very easy. I mean, I don't know exactly who is going to build it, but Merc Treads looks very good this game.
Yeah.
For one, for the side of PSU Black. As you mentioned, 3 AP top side. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, Corki just builds them off Malmortia's second item, problem solved. The Hex Drinker first item, problem solved.
I also think that PSU Black's draft is very high execution. They cannot afford to get behind, or else Nidalee will not be very useful at all. That champ once behind doesn't do too much. She needs to get an early game lead, as well as Twisted Fate needs to also be able to push that advantage early game. Otherwise, PSU Black have 0 frontline other than Mordekaiser, which is not enough, I would say, especially when he's going to probably ult somebody and then you don't have a frontline anymore. And Malphite against no frontline sounds like kind of a dream for him. I mean, he can ult at literally any member of the enemy team here.
Yeah, I would personally just like to see Malphite go either the support item that amps damage, I'm blanking on the name of it right now, or just grab a Frostfire Gauntlet and Merc Treads and ult the person who stands in front, and then that person dies.
Yeah, I like that. I like the draft at PRANKINVASION. I think it's super easy to play, which is really important, especially when you might feel that you're outmatched macro-wise. You just show up to the dragon fight, and you quote-unquote outplay your opponents.
Yeah, as we noted in the last game, if you weren't there, PRANKINVASION knows when to flip fights. This comp on the left that they've drafted here for blue side definitely feels like they're trying to flip with a weighted coin. So yeah. We'll hopefully see a stronger showing out of PRANKINVASION. I think last game was a little bit of the stomp. I will note that something I felt kind of iffy about with their comp last game was that their Akshan, a champ who's great at bullying lane and roaming, got to do neither.
Yeah.
So a lot of ease of execution, as you've noted on blue side here.
The other thing is, unlike their comp last game, this comp can always miracle a team fight. At some point, if they hit a 5-man Malphite, or it's a 5-man Diana, or it's a 5-man Yasuo, or it's a Corki package, or a Aphelios Infernum ult on top of it, that can always turn a fight around, no matter how far behind you are. So
I do genuinely feel like the onus of execution is on PSU Black. You really want to see PSU Black create their own leads. I think they probably have about a 10-minute window to be ahead, and if they're not ahead, I don't know how I feel about their comp at that point.
I mean, you just imagine being Jinx.
Yeah.
Right? Without a front line.
Yep.
You're a bit sad, because there's no one who's going to peel for you. It's not like Thresh is going to stop this bullet train coming at you, right? You don't have the tools to handle that. You don't have a Kindred on your team, for example, who could just say, stop, this isn't fair, you know? You don't have any of that, so can't imagine it's fun being Lucianal this game, which makes a lot of sense. PSU PRANKINVASION actually targeting him after a pretty solid performance from him last year.
Yeah, 100% agree.
And
And
he has only consistent damage threat on his team too. It's not like TF
yeah,
literally, Mordekaiser, these champs aren't doing consistent damage. It's just Jinx. If they kill Jinx, then PSU
the
Black.
fight's won.
Yeah, they're
Simple
gonna round it. To be honest, the more we talk about it, the more in favor I am of PRANKINVASION's draft, as we are going to be getting into game here shortly.
Yeah.
Interested to see how PSU Black plays this comp, because they need to execute it flawlessly or they are going to fall apart to this Bronzodia comp.
Yeah, the Bronzodia. I prefer Bongo comp.
Bongo comp? Yeah.
Yeah, Bongo comp because it requires Bongo brain. It's as simple as playing the drums. It's as simple as pressing your R button and going in.
You probably just made a bunch of people who played. If anybody plays the drums, you just angered them, but respect.
The last time I played the drums was 4th grade in music class, so that's where my knowledge is coming from.
Very good. All right, let's get into game here. PSU Black versus PRANKINVASION game 2. Let's see if there's any level 1. We had actually kind of an interesting level 1. No action coming from it, but nonetheless an interesting level 1 last game. So,
and I already have to put my favor on PRANKINVASION to win this game. Corgi, best skin in the game. It's right there.
Definitely true. Look at him. Look at him go. Oh, might
Oh,
get
we're
some action
seeing
here.
Possible skirmish? 5-on-5?
Yeah.
No. Okay, so PSU Black just pulls out nice and simple there. I don't actually know if PRANKINVASION got sight on any of them. It looks like they did. A couple of missing pings coming out. PSU Black intelligently. I hate all chat. PSU Black intelligently putting wards in the topside quadrant of PRANKINVASION, getting that extra vision. We're gonna see a path. We're gonna see a path from bot side to top side this game.
Oh,
so,
wait, they're looking to fight. They're looking to fight the blue.
They're looking to fight. Duckwing's getting a small amount of poke. Nothing comes of it. Spear misses.
He's gonna get the ward. That's good.
Yeah, he does actually kill the ward. It gives him an XP lead going into lane. Yasuo should hit level 2 first. Might give him the chance to bully Twisted Fate. Also important to see electrocute Twisted Fate for Opto, and so he's looking to kind of negate his weaker laning phase here into the Yasuo. Obviously, ranged into melee is always going to give him a strong starting point, but trying to shut down this Yasuo before he gets the chance to start up.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm not a big fan. As we saw, Supreme Rat taking bone plating and starting D-Blade. Very little respect shown to the TF, who should be poking him out. If he had that D-Shield and second wind, he honestly wouldn't be taking much damage, but this D-Blade start shows that, and Ignite, it shows that I'm going to kill you, and I'm going to get Diana to come, and you're not going to be able to play the game, is the statement he's making. Although that means the poke that TF will throw at him by auto-attacking him, blue card, those types of things, they will stick much harder.
Agreed. We're seeing strong prio coming out of PSU Black's bot lane once again. Supreme Rat just going in for a little bit of trade, but boy, did he get chunked. Yeah. Hook
Lunaverse.
Onto the Lunaverse. Cleanse forced out. I think it's also important to note that the Lunaverse, the Aphelios here, took PTA. Comet as well from Malphite. And so they're looking to just kind of have a little more stable lane presence. Poke out the opposing bot laner when they can. Possibly something mid here. And no, it looks like A Catalyst is just hovering. I wouldn't expect too much to get done here. Apto just forcing him back again and again and again, eking out this lead early on.
Yeah, solid stuff by Apto, just living up to his name, as you can say, on the Twisted Fate, bullying the Yasuo out. A little bit of a trade going up on the top lane. 99% Rat did get his W cancelled. Gonna keep getting autoed. Is going to be okay in the end. Good trade by iCarry Parry to bully the Corgi out of lane. As you can see, Apto just putting on the pressure right now. Supreme Rat has no jungler. Diana is on his Krugs, and A Catalyst just sitting here waiting, seeing if they can find an angle. Because if they kill the Yasuo on this wave, he's gonna be so far behind, like Duffman was last game, where he's gonna lose a lot of XP.
Yeah, I think I would have preferred the Yasuo to take. Premium Rat getting caught out here. A good flash, but not enough. I think I would have rather him flash over the back of the pit or just hold it. I was gonna say I think I would have preferred Supreme Rat here to take Fleet Footwork into this matchup. Just really anything defensive. to make it so that he couldn't get slapped around this early. Strong presence at a rook. Great attempt at a hook, but nothing yet. We see that first blood going onto the Jinx yet again.
Oh.
A gold card. The Supreme Rat does play it well. Flash means it's locked down, and 2 kills on the board for PSU Black. Nice and early.
This is exactly what PSU Black needs. Again, as mentioned, because of their comp and the way their comp functions, they cannot, even though this early game lead is nice, right? 1K, unlike last game, they cannot mis-execute at any point in the game, or else this Wombo combo team composition can always get back into the game. But definitely the start they need in order to pummel this game into the ground.
Yep, the Luniverse and Dollar Tree Rat are getting some solid poke on the Rook. Probably not who you wanted on, but obviously Lucianal with the double buffs early, not what you want to see. Red buff giving that additional health regen means that the Thresh is really the only person they have the option to poke out.
And one thing we didn't talk about was this Nidalee Diana matchup. Obviously, Diana like a full clear jungler, and Nidalee can also like match with speed, but needs to get early game advantage. So that early kill is definitely going to hurt her. Although it's not too bad. She's Diana. She's just gonna keep full clearing her jungle as fast as humanly possible. May look for a bot gank here as all of her camps are down. I don't know if it's warded. It is warded.
It is warded on the river, and so
nothing's going to come of it, as 99-cent Rat going to keep poking in the top lane, just scaling. Again, as we mentioned, Corky really needs to get to his like 2-item breakpoint in order for something to happen as Supreme's going in here.
Rat getting a small trade here in mid lane, followed back up by the red card. Small amount of damage. Seems like it's going all right otherwise. We do see double longsword here for 99-cent Rat. Duck Wings, an early dragon attempt from Premium Rat. Interested to see. Doesn't look like it'll be contested at all. Ooh. I did want to say that we see the double longsword here. I think I would have preferred an early Hex Drinker for the Corki, given that all of PSU Black's top side is ability power focused.
Oh my god!
That was a little too close. Another death for Premium Rat puts them 0-3. 3 kills for the side of PSU Black early, but an early dragon answer for Prank Invasion to make sure that they at least have edges to get back into this game this time.
Yeah, that was almost a disaster, but it ends up okay. He gets the Drake, loses his life for it. Not the end of the world. That Drake is going to be useful to help him stall later on in the game, but that was almost very, very scary as that Thresh choke looked like it might have taken the drag at 22 HP. Yeah.
Yep. I wanted to say slow goings here so far, but we have 3 kills and a dragon on the board at only 6:30, 7 minutes, something like that.
Gold lead for PSU Black already. You almost wonder, like, where did it come from? Almost, it feels like it evaporated out of nowhere. Just good play all around on the map to lead them to this point.
Yeah, I mean, they have 3 kills. They have a 10 CS lead in top lane. CS has also been, I think we noted on it briefly last game, but they've had really strong CS numbers so far in this first game. And small trade mid lane, wind wall to block the gold card. That interaction is pretty consistent. Gives Yasuo some well-needed breathing room in this lane. A Catalyst gonna pop in here. Gold card. The Nidalee Spear misses. Super important to hit. That's where all of Nidalee's damage is located. And a fight here early. Another gold card locked in for Apto. Grabs the card on 99-cent Rats. Close. Apto goes down. 99-cent Rats barely lives. And an early skirmish, but won a desperately fought one by Prank Invasion to claw back some leads.
Yeah, that's really good for them. They'll take anything at this point because, again, they just need to stall the game, slow it down, and then show up to the team fights. Let Diana finally hit her level 6. As I carry our parry, is going to look onto Supreme Rap, going to take him to the Death Realm here. It's going to go down. He has no summoner spells. I think he could be dead. He hits the E. Actually, just going to walk out of it. Oh, never mind.
Super close. He makes it out the Corky package to bring 99-cent Rat in. I don't know how I feel about that package. I guess the idea is just use it as a deterrent.
Yeah, it was I think a little bit panic use there by Ducklings, but all fine in the end. Supreme Rat ends up living, and everything
super important.
Normal. Yeah, super important that he survives there. Don't want to give over the gold, as they're gonna look to take up the first Herald here, and probably so that they can open up the map. Probably, I mean, none of the turrets are too low on HP is the one thing, but they will be able to probably convert this into a big gold lead, hopefully. That's what they're looking for.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, like we said, gold lead a little bit stabilized, just over 1k for PSU Black. This Herald stands a pretty good chance at giving them an opportunity to blow it wide, like they had last game, but nothing so far. 1k gold lead, nothing insurmountable for the side of Prank Invasion.
Much better than last game,
Yeah,
whereas 4K
much,
at this
much
point.
better. And we're seeing, I honestly think, just some revived forms of life. There was a lot of, like, outside of, you know, some adrenaline pumping plays on top side last game, there's a lot of instances where Prank Invasion just lost fights, but there's a lot of proactivity, a lot of good stuff here. Diana likely to get spotted out on the ward here.
Yeah, do they know? I'm not.
They
Oh,
they
now they
they, they
definitely
have to
know.
know now, and
Now
so
they know.
Premium Rat is seen on that bot side ward. Their bot side knows to stay away. A Catalyst has a chance to, you know, snag some Raptors or look for something mid here where he knows that nobody's going to be able to stop him. I'd like to see him just snag these Raptors, but he might look at it as an opportunity to try and drop that Herald. Important to note, Infernal Drag coming up here in 1 minute, and so we're going to have one of these explosive fights we're looking for. You can see in the chat, Diana pinging both her ult and Yasuo's ult ready to go. We're going to start to see the beginnings of this Wombo Combo team comp come together pretty soon, I'd expect.
Yeah, agreed. They can maybe even look to fight on the first track. I wouldn't mind if they just gave it up, honestly, because if this is one of my opinion, one of the few ways they can lose, where they fight this early Drake without their items, with Jinx being ahead, Mordekaiser maybe being able to come down, and maybe dysfunctioning the fight with his ultimate. That would be the worst case scenario. I wouldn't mind to see them give it to Drake, although I can't see an argument for wanting to fight it because they do have that Malphite ult, they do have Diana ult, they don't have package, but those two are more than enough probably to win the fight single-handedly if they can hit it.
Yeah, I will say the only thing that makes me a little, let me say, apprehensive about this fight for the side of Prank Invasion is they're not sitting on strong item break points. I mean, you have the Noon Quiver and the Pickaxe for Aphelios. He's extremely strong right now. But Yasuo sitting on tier 2 boots and just some components. Diana sitting on a Blasting Wand. Corki, if he can show up, will, you know, have his mana immune. But a Mordekaiser ultimate hoping to take the Yasuo out of this fight early. I don't see Supreme Rat getting out of this.
Looks like they're doing the Drake. Premium Rat looking to Drake, but I don't know what the HP is on it. It looks like they're not even rotating for it. They're just going to give the Dragon and Herald mid instead. And
trading gold for early objective priority. A Catalyst is coming.
Oh
no, he eased into it without knowing that it's there. A Catalyst gets a kill and a dragon for free. You see the Hextech Drake and the Hextech Rift activating soon. Obviously, that means a couple of Hextech portals will be making their way popped up across the Rift for increased mobility.
That was definitely...
A fight starting bot. We're seeing Aphelios make some interesting plays. TF ultimate plus the
200 years?
200 years is not gonna happen. We're looking at 20 years at best, it seems. Dollar Tree Rat eking his way out. Another gold card, another stun card, and another kill for App, though. That was a lot of damage. Not something you expect to see from Twisted Fates that much, as we have kind of seen his meta activate towards like the stun card bot, or if you're in my elo, the blue card bot, or as we like to call it down here, Abalo.
True.
Yeah, true. A shocking amount of damage for what you would expect out of it. As Premium Rat versus A Catalyst and I carry our parry starting again. Looks like Premium Rat is just going to rack up a 4th death, lose the red buff he fought so valiantly for.
Yeah, and it looked like the game was starting so well. What?
What the?
Really deep. Taking the Hex Gate out.
The Hex Gate are summoned.
What?
I see our boy Duckwings is an arcane enjoyer, knows exactly how the Hexgate interaction works.
Okay, he does end up going down at the end, but that for a second was crazy. Oh my goodness.
I appreciate the presence of mind to be able to go, I've gone way too far in, I need to get out by going further in. You know, the way out is through kind of mentality.
Yeah, that was certainly something almost actually getting out. I didn't catch the backup on how he he didn't make it out, but all good. It happens. As game hopefully slows down. It was actually looking pretty good, as we mentioned, for Prank Invasion. They just really need the game to slow down. Although they seem to not want to do that.
Yeah, I think they're just having a good time here,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, I mean, if that Corky play showed anything, they are definitely having a good time, to say the least. But if they do manage to slow down the game a little bit, then I'm certain they'll be fine. Even though this gold lead is big, 4K at 15, not ideal. It's definitely, because of the team composition, surmountable.
Yeah, they have wiggle room. I think they just need to pick up a good fight. They've just had a lot of unfortunate moments, a lot of unforced error.
Yeah.
Possibly, you know, I would say Premium Rat, while he's been trying his best to make things happen, I think he's been trying a little too hard. He's been going for some sneaky plays. A little unfortunate that the second he E's on the Infernal Drake, Nidalee speared.
Yeah, that was a bit unfortunate, to say the least. All good, though, as the gold lead 4K. I mean, they're still doing better than last game, honestly. Just
yeah,
at least something.
It's significantly more even. I don't feel like I have to count Prank Invasion down and out. A Catalyst spotted on a ward here.
They are basically one fight away from it being a little bit hard for them to even find a good team fight, even if they found a good team fight. But as of now, they are still okay with the Wombo combo we've talked so much about. They are okay, as A Catalyst looking on Supreme Rat here.
Yeah, Supreme Rat is getting caught out a bit. Oh. Maybe we can see the Diana. Oh, big. Oh, God.
Stopwatch!
Stopwatch is such a broken item.
Okay.
Premium Rat. Oh, Premium Rat is down and out. No, sneaks away. Rook.
Stopwatch! Wow. Okay. Well, they do end up picking up 2 kills. Good play by
the Luniverse is getting. Oh, the Luniverse is in and he's out. Picks up another kill. A shutdown, most importantly, I think is the most valuable part.
That's
Luciano looking to press his advantage, but I think that that's, in my opinion, all in favor of Prank Invasion there.
You definitely take those, and oh my god, the triple stopwatch burned. Definitely didn't see that coming, but the fight still ends up going well for them, so not a big deal, actually. Obviously, those stopwatches are going to be turned into Zhonya's hourglasses eventually, but still gonna take a little bit, so that's definitely worth it for them. They get 3 stopwatches out of it, and they end up winning the fight.
Yep. I mean, like you said, you take those. They're down to just a little over 3,000 gold, which is, I know we've been saying surmountable, but it is. They have a couple options. If they can get a couple more fights like that with stopwatch, I mean, if they don't have stopwatch in that fight, it's a free win. Premium Rat getting caught out, not played over the wall. And A Catalyst just destroys him. Never mind.
A bit of a greedy look there. Probably should just give the Drake, even if you get it. Like, this dragon is not the biggest deal in the world, as a bit of trouble. He's okay, though. Yeah, probably was the wrong play to even try to contest it. It happens, however, and if he did get it, it was solved for 5 more minutes. Not the end of the world, though, however, as it's only 300 gold. Nidalee is at that point that we talked about, where at 18 minutes, at this 15-minute point, she is actually going to be a bit of a menace, one could say, with her 5-kill lead. And
looking at being so in the jungle.
Yeah, he's looking a little bit dangerous. Probably, while I mentioned in the draft that PSU Black doesn't have a front line, I mean, other than the support Malphite, who seems to be going Zhonya's, they also don't have a front line. So that Nidalee is going to hurt when ahead. She can spear anybody and probably one-shot them.
Yeah, I think they just, funnily enough, I think they've Prank Invasion, their win con against PSU Black here is, it's as simple as get picks. They need to find these windows of opportunities, these pockets of vision that they can operate in and carve out an identity for themselves.
That's not to say this is Prank Invasion favorite at all. I mean, PSU Black is pretty far ahead here. They are going to pick up the turret. That's pretty nice. As Supreme Rat is looking for a little bit of trade. Not going to find much. Nidalee is hovering the Twisted Fate. So even if Supreme Rat did find a tornado into an ultimate, he would probably end up dying. As I was saying, the game is obviously not completely favored for Prank Invasion here by any stretch. I mean, they are down 4,000 gold, but it's just, it's because of their team composition, it's always lookable.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what we're trying to note here, and I do think it is important. I know we've been putting a lot of emphasis on how winnable this is for Prank Invasion given their team comp, but it's obviously, like you said, very winnable for PSU Black. They have
Yeah,
a
I mean
strong
they
comp
are the
and
ones
a
in control.
big lead.
At this point, oh, I thought the Spear was going to connect. At this point, it is on PSU Black to make a mistake. If
Yeah,
they don't
agreed.
make a mistake, which is the issue, right? I feel like at some point they will end up making a mistake. They're not LCS teams, and even if they were, they would probably still make a mistake. When that mistake comes, PSU Prank Invasion can really snowball off it is the issue. But they
Yep,
are going to work onto the
we're-
red, and Premium Ratch is going to deliver another red buff to the Nidalee. What a tragedy. Is going to ult, but it's not going to matter. Actually delivered to the support, as Ludoverse also in a bit of trouble here. Is going to Gale Force out, and is probably fine. But just another tragedy for the Diana here.
Diana
Literally
racking
running
up
circles around
6
her.
of her team's 12 deaths. Not a good look.
Not
Diana
a
Yasuo
great
can
look.
be a super powerful combo. I mean, I know it's something I have used and abused myself in solo queue to get that LP. I carry our parry going in too deep here, in my opinion. Supreme Rat looking to grab him in the end. 99-cent Rat there to help him out. A kill for the Yasuo. Yasuo not looking to hit that 0-10 power spike. Another 20-minute Baron from the side of PSU Black. It looks like they've got a Kraken Slayer, a 2-item mid laner. A Smite by Nidalee seals the deal 40 seconds after it spawns. Baron falls, and they're looking to press a macro advantage across the map.
I mean, that's exactly what they need, that this 20-minute Baron makes a lot of sense. They see the Corki end up going bot lane, doesn't have the package at all, and they just started up with the Jinx again, just another great play. Objective bounty obtained, but definitely the win going to PSU Black here.
Agreed, and I do think we haven't been focusing on it all that much, but as Supreme Rat goes to take a fight, he gets gold carded, he gets Everfrosted, he's trying to run out, and it looks like he's no longer looking for the fight as Ruck comes in to back up his mid laner. I just wanted to say, I know we haven't been mentioning it all that much, but PSU Black is looking like a scary team for the PSU LCS this semester. You know, they're good at earning their leads, and their team so far better at not throwing them. Which is not something we expect out of the quality of our competition here, might I say. I'm personally not on a team this semester, but as somebody who is, I'm sure you're not looking forward to this matchup.
Yeah, the fact that they can execute this high level of comp against these caliber of players is definitely something to be feared about going into the season forward.
Yeah, they're just looking strong.
Yeah, I mean, if they manage to close this game out cleanly, this is 2 times in a row where the first one was kind of just a good draft by them, but the second one, this comp requires flawless execution, and they are pulling it off so far, only blundering really that one fight in the mid game. As, again, just look at how they choke Prank Invasion out of their jungle, because they're pretty far behind, so they can't actually walk in, and they're going to have to end up giving this dragon 2, meaning that from now on, Prank Invasion cannot flub up their execution in any stretch after this dragon. They need to get every single dragon, and again, PSU Black can then trade for objectives for that next dragon. They don't need it. They can just go get gold leads other places. They can build turrets. They can maybe start a Baron. It seems they're around the same time, around that dragon timer. So,
yeah, and I think kind of talking about how we're hitting this soul point, it really highlights how important sneaking that first Ocean Drake was for Premium Rat, and how unfortunate it was to lose that Infernal that he had worked so hard to eke out. It's a little difficult to kind of operate that dragon dance, especially as we had noted, a Baron empowered PSU Black can look to kind of really choke out vision. They just play a very controlled style. They like their ability to just say, this is when we want to fight, this is when we want to fight, this is when we're gonna take it.
Yeah. On the bright side for Prank Invasion, the gold lead actually hasn't expanded too much. It's still around 5k, which is not bad. And they did end up surviving the Baron as 99-cent Rat looking onto the Twisted Fate. TP comes in. Oh my god, he's just gonna... Oh, he lives at
TP's
1
out.
HP.
Barely.
Tragedy for the Corki, as Mordekaiser just gonna walk away. He ends up getting a TP out of it, so not bad, but isn't gonna have that package for the upcoming Dragon fight, which is not ideal. He finally gets his Hex Trigger. Actually, just a note, this Corki is crazily far behind. Doesn't even have his second item yet. Didn't realize that, and actually still did that much damage, so.
Yeah, he is sitting on the Hex Drinker. I had hoped would come out a little earlier, but tons of damage. Obviously, to note, the First Strike rune is a great damage amp for a lot of champions who look to unload a quick burst of damage. And so getting helped out by his rune choice there, but a scary amount of damage nonetheless, especially from a Twisted Fate who already had a Zanya's Hourglass.
Yeah, definitely good news for them. Just going to keep pushing out waves, look for picks like that. That's exactly what PRANKINVASION need to do. Again, they cannot afford to flow up in the execution near the next dragon, as that Hextech Soul is super powerful, especially with the Jinx and the Twisted Fate. These fast attack speed hitters, they're going to proc that Hextech Soul.
Over and over, agreed. A Jinx ult out to, I think, just thin the wave. An objective bounty claimed by the side of PRANKINVASION will close that gap out a little. It's shrunk to just about 4K as we're sitting 2 minutes out from this ever important dragon, a minute 30 out from that Baron. I'd like to just see if PRANKINVASION can grab, you know, these small objectives around the map. Another turret. Another turret means they're only down 3K as they look, like I said, 2 minutes, 1 to 2 minutes from their next big objective fight. We're on 2 items for Yasuo, meaning he has a 100% crit chance. We're on 2 items for Diana, who has been kind of, you know, smacked around for most of this game. A possible turret grab for iCarry or Parry, as I'm assuming he'll just shield through the last of that damage.
Oh, Lunaverse. Great spot. Or actually, is it Thresh that's not in a great spot? Is going to flash over the wall. Is completely fine. I think this is honestly PRANKINVASION's best chance of winning the game right now. They've actually somehow found a way to survive the early game. Corki just got his Ravenous Hydra too with that Mirror Mana. He's going to be doing damage now. And with that one-move combo that we've been talking oh so much about, now is the time.
Yeah, I think this is really... I think we're building towards this. Oh, a flash ultimate to kill Fresh. Doesn't feel great. Dollar Tree Rat popping the Zonias to... Oh, and he still gets caught by a Shy Nidalee Spear. Supreme Rat getting in there to try and kill Lucianal. Diana also followed up means 2 kills to 2. Oh, Mike, a Catalyst getting... and a gold card coming through. It's close! It's close! Another kill for the side of PRANKINVASION. The shield bow is popped. Yasuo is down. So is Twisted Fate. This is a close fight. Premium Rat kiting out. iCarry getting tossed around by the 99-cent Rat. A red smite. Premium Rat goes for something nasty, and it does not work out. A very back and forth fight closes the gold lead to actually 4,000. Expands the gold lead just a little bit. We see Dragon in 20 seconds. Looked super good to start for PRANKINVASION, but I'm not sure how it ends.
Yeah, the fact that Premium Rat ends up falling there means that they will not have their jungler for the dragon. That's definitely not ideal. That means that PRANKINVASION are going to have to take the fight, but that's exactly what we needed from PRANKINVASION. Something we didn't see from them much so far in this game is that 5-on-5 team fighting, even though they hit a one-man ultimate, a one-man flash R from Malphite onto the Thresh.
Well, important to note that it forced the flash out of Jinx, so Jinx will not have flash for this fight. And Malphite does have R. In fact, all of PRANKINVASION has R, but it doesn't matter.
Okay. Close by that Felios. Almost looked like that was going to get stolen. So the Hextech Soul goes over. That's going to be a lot of damage for them. But the one hopium I will give is that it doesn't really matter how much damage you do if your Jinx is just going to get one-shot every single team fight. And now that she doesn't have Flash, that is a distinct possibility by the Malphite who has Ultimate.
I will challenge real quick that, though it might not matter how much damage your Jinx deals if she's dead, I think we're at a point where it doesn't really matter if Jinx dies all that much for PSU Black. It obviously does matter like a decent amount. Jinx will never really be like worthless in a fight, but I mean, you get into a fight, you kill Jinx, all right, this TF, you know, gold card cues you, boom, you're dead.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of damage coming out from other sources right now.
That is true. That is true at this point. I think PRANKINVASION is going to need to look for maybe a 2-man Malphite R onto like the Jinx and Twisted Fate, for example, in order to win a fight. But Yeah, it's not exactly easy. The Hextech Soul does significantly make it harder, especially now. TF, Lily, Mordekaiser, these champs will hit much harder. We'll have the slows too. So as much of a nightmare was playing a stun card, TF, imagine being slowed all the time. But as we look, the gold lead on these different champs, it's actually like Yasuo is ahead of Twisted Fate. So that is one thing to look for. This champ can, when he's ahead, look to carry. And so that is something we're going to see from Supreme Rat here in order to make this comeback.
Agreed. We see Collector on Aphelios. We see 2 items across the board. I think a Wit's End, it seems, is likely for our Yasuo. A QSS to, negate that gold card. A fight here for Premium Rat versus I Carry our Parry, and he just gets annihilated in the Death Realm. Got sent to Brazil.
Yeah, now the Baron started up here for PSU Black. Don't know if there's too much that can be done. Actually, maybe there is. No one's really zoning them, and Malphite does have R. Again, Jinx, no flash. That is the target to look for. As Malphite gonna hit
zero-man Malphite R.
And this looks a bit doomed. Gonna hit the 2-man Yasuo R, though, not completely over yet.
Supreme Rat is trying his best, but that is not a good look.
Yeah.
Oh, as we see Corki with Package teleporting in below the fight. Oh no, it goes from bad to worse to worse.
Yeah.
I mean, Apto just gets to zone him off. 99 Cent Rat can look for something, but I think his best option is to just peace out.
Yeah, I mean, it just all falls apart right there. Malphite just so close, it just doesn't end up hitting anybody with the ultimate as a Catalyst just bullying Diana over and over again this game. Can't catch a break for Premium Rat as he's gonna, as you said, run away with his tail in between his legs, just praying that he can even get one camp in his jungle.
Yeah, I mean, we see a bit of an homage to the PSU Wi-Fi diff, or a diffy in the whiffy, as I like to say.
Yeah.
I think that might be some wishful thinking as Jinx picks up a Storm Razor, hitting her 3-item spike, looking to just pop one of Prank Invasion's final members. Well, final members, I'm assuming first member that she can get her hands on, but we'll see how this game rounds out. Not looking great for Prank Invasion. Looking phenomenal for PSU Black as they're in a strong position to take a 2-0 to start off the season. And as we said, looking like, honestly, quite some contenders.
Yeah, definitely a team to be feared as the season goes on.
We see the hype Conkles Boosters versus PSU Black matchup sometime soon.
Yeah, that's going to be definitely one to watch out for. Hopefully, maybe even next week. But we'll see what PSU Black does to close out this game here. It's still not completely over. Even though it's 7k gold lead, they still need to convert, which is not always the easiest thing to do, especially when you don't have a front line on your team. So we'll see what they can do. Although a Catalyst here looking for the flank. TF coming in and
TF into the middle of 3 with a gold card gets popped, but it does not matter. Diana wiped off the map. Malphite wiped off the mat. Corki wiped off the mat. The Lunaverse fearing for his life as Yasuo stands guard against 3. A flash Q means that he steals 1 back, but is pinned under turret. He's doing his damnedest, but it is not enough. A full-on ace for the side of PSU Black to hopefully claim this game, a 2-0 on their name, and to end this week off strong.
Yeah, that looks like it's going to end up being the game here. Just Malphite respawning in 3 seconds, and yeah, I mean, not really much to say. A clean display from PSU Black, playing a very hard to execute comp here and just pulling it off flawlessly as Malphite. All he can do is sit there and watch, and that is going to be the series. As Malphite going to pick up something, but
that is the series. Our grudge match wraps up here. PSU Black defends their name, claims the rights to the real PSU Black, and a clean 2-0.
Yeah, that very well done from PSU Black. Not really much to say. I think those games speak for themselves. First game, just a complete stomp over. Second game, playing a very hard to execute early game team composition where they need the Nidalee to get ahead. They need the Mordekaiser to get ahead. They need the TF to make plays, and that's exactly what they did. So
yeah, I mean, just flawless execution on a pretty hard comp to pilot. like I said, looking good from PSU Black. We'll hopefully find a couple more solid games from them over the course of the semester. Definitely looking like contenders in the ever contentious spring split PSU LCS.
Yeah.
Anything
So
else to say about that game, Kevin?
I don't think so. Just take a look for PSU Black because they look solid.
Yeah,
Definitely, definitely
they
do.
look dominant. I will quick wrap up for you guys here with us, kind of an update on the state of our league. A 2-0 by the Universe earlier today, 1-1 for Apes Together Strong, and 8-0-0-8-5, and then the Loose Organisms 2-0 Wizard Tigers. Obviously capped off here by this wonderful 2-0 by PSU Black. Super clean game, super clean stuff. Hopefully a bounce back from Prank Invasion in the coming weeks. I know this was our grudge match. This was our big match of the week, and it did deliver a huge performance out of A Catalyst that last game, as we see racks up 11 kills.
Yeah. So I think that is going to be it from us today.
Yeah,
Uh,
thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Glad to be able to cast tonight's
yeah,
game. The big match of the week was a great time, and thanks for being here.
yeah. We'll see you guys soon.